think you can, obviously, everyone always asks about how much pressure there is to obviously play such incredible roles from a comic book, which is an amazing French comic. I think for us, just the honour of working with Luc, you know, Luc, for both of us, is one of our all-time favourite directors, to play such incredible roles that he's known his entire life since he was a kid. And so the movie he's wanted to make his entire life. And Luc is the most incredible person to work with, because every day he goes to set and he has the biggest smile on his face. He is so excited to be there. And it's infectious. Every single person in that crew, on that set, every day for 6 months, is so happy to be there because there's so much love being put into it. To find something challenging while making these movies is difficult, because obviously it doesn't feel like work at all. You know, it's incredible.
Welcome to Mexico. I would like to know.
I think the question was for the three. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I talk a lot.
Yeah, I just thought that Cara said it so well. You know, I mean, like, of course we're making, this is a big movie. It's an epic movie, but I think Luc made sure no one ever forgot that we were making it because it's a fun movie and it's a joyful thing. So there was never, he never put pressure on us. It was, every day was just a celebration. You know, it was, I got to go to set every day and watch Luc Besson make his dreams come true. You know, see him make the movies when he make his entire life, and that's an experience I'll never forget. And the way he treats it, it really is like, it's just the most fun I've ever had making a film, because it's such a fun environment, and because he kind of sets that tone, he takes the pressure out of the way.
And also, me and Dane got to play superheroes and like put on these incredible outfits every day and run around and blue screen and use our imagination. It was like being kids again. What more fun could you want?
Me, the two things were complicated. The first one is the film happened in 24 hours, and it takes 7 years. So there is this thin rope called the arc of the characters, the emotional journey, the pace, the soul, and you have this rope for 7 years, and you're scared every day that you're gonna break it, because you need to find, you know, if Valerian is in a scene and you push a door, the next scene sometime 6 months later. If you take 3 kilos between the two scenes, then it's a problem. So you just have to keep this in mind, and it's very complicated. The second point is the freedom. It's something that we don't have so much today, because the business is involved. You know, and we ask you to take this person because she's bankable, this person because for the Spanish audience it will be better. And I fight all my life for this freedom, and the Big Blue will never be possible without this freedom. The Fifth Element will never be possible without this freedom. Valerian won't be possible without this freedom. If the film was to a studio, an American studio, we will never make this one. I choose Dane and I choose Cara because they were the best for the part. And that's my proudness. It's to, I feel myself like a painter. And a painter has to paint. And that's it. And we're all free to love the paintings or not to love the painting, that's fine, it's okay. But the painter are the artists that we need for our soul and our art.
I think he's a panther. He's a panther and a painter in one.
Like a big, like,
yeah, I'm not more like a chubby lion.
Hi, Dane, Cara. In Alpha, all creatures share their knowledge and their culture, and they accept one another despite their appearances or the race. How this example do you think can help us in the times we're living?
Yeah, well, I think that, you know, the message is clear. It's Alpha is the city of 1,000 planets. It's a place where representatives from every country around the world and every planet around the universe have come together for the greater good of one another to live in peace and harmony. And I think that's one of the things that's also really awesome about the film is it has a more optimistic outlook on the future than most movies that take place in the future. You know, it's a time where people have actually learned to work together, to come together, to love one another, to work with one another for the greater good of one another. And you know, I think it's obvious how we can apply that to today. And I hope 700 years from now, we as human beings have learned that that's how to get along and survive and thrive as a people.
I think the world right now needs a movie like this. You know, it needs hope. We need to remember that at this time, hope and love are what we need to carry on and how we're going to make this world a better place. You know, through understanding, through working together, by not fighting. You know, we're all human. We all live on one planet. Let's not mess it up. I think that's the message.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, look, this movie is within cinemas. Is your final cut, or you have to drop out some scenes? And if you consider that this movie is part of the universe that you created in the Fifth Element.
Can you repeat the first one?
That the length of this movie, the movie we are seeing in cinemas, are your final cut, or you have to drop out some scenes?
There's 2,700 special effects that I have to decide almost 3 years ago. So there's nothing in the garbage. There's no extra long cut or anything. And I don't have a studio also to tell me where to cut and things. So there's the director's cut is this one. It's wonderful. And the second question.
It's part of the universe of Fifth Element.
It's a part 20. You know, the Fifth Element is 23rd century. This one is 28. So it's like if we compare today, there is the 14th century. So no, for me it's not the same. But it's the same energy, same color, same envy of talking about lots of big causes and in a colorful way and in a happy way. Yeah, it's. I never understand. You know, the past. We know the past. We have to deal with the present. The future is a white page. Why are we putting our fear on this white page? You know, like most of the big sci-fi, it's always very dark. It's raining. The aliens are the villains. They want to kill. They want to eat everyone. Why we don't? You know, let's have some hope. You know, it could be fun maybe. But let's try. Let's try to imagine that we can live together.
Good morning, Maria from Cosmopolitan. My question is for Cara. You are known as a strong supporter of women empowerment. What are the main characteristics that Laureline has to be a successful female role model?
Good, very good question. I think I thank Luc for this every day for actually introducing me to the comics, not only the comics, but also the character of Laureline. You know, this comic was written in the 60s, and Laureline is such an incredible character because she obliterates what it is to be the female stereotype, what it is to be in a male and female work or actual relationship. You know, she's strong, she's intelligent, she doesn't let anyone else tell her what to do, even though she works as an officer of the law. If she doesn't believe in what she's being told to do, then she won't do it. She follows her heart. And she's not afraid to do that. She's not afraid to speak up about what she believes in. You know, I look up to her. Honestly, after I did this part, I aspire to be like her more every day. You know, to say when I don't feel, to speak out against justice, not for myself, but for other people. She's incredible. She also, I got to learn how to kick butt as well, which is cool. But yeah, she's incredible.
And like also, she's a little old-fashioned.
Believes in love, still, yes.
Yeah,
she's a fighter of love. She fights with love. Sometimes her fists, but only when she needs to.
Hi, I'm Tamara from 17 Magazine. And my question is for the three of you. Which is your favorite scene and why?
Such a hard question.
I love watching it's a tough question. I love the opening sequence. You know, I love the sequence when Bowie song's playing and you kind of see Alpha grow and grow and grow and all these cultures coming together. And, you know, the first time I saw that, it really did give me goosebumps because it's such a beautiful idea and it's so amazing to see Alpha being formed and it sets such a wonderful tone for the film. So, I mean, it's hard to pick one, but I'll just start at the beginning and say I like the opening sequence.
I think for me, the first time I saw Alpha, that shot when it kind of goes in, it's the shot you see in the trailer, when you see that in the cinema, you kind of understand the magnitude. Because obviously we knew the story and how big it was, but when you really see those effects and you see them come to life, and you see each individual alien species and then being explained, that to me is mind-blowing. I don't know, especially since we've made the film for so long, we saw all the drawings. For us, when we saw it come to life, me and Dane were both like, you know, what? It's great.
All of them, I don't know. So honestly, ask me the question in 5 years. I'm in love with everything.
Hi, I'm Daniela. I'm from Fernando Magazine. The question is for Cara. In your role in Laureline, we see a strong woman, but sweet, lovely, that I but for she thinks or feels.
Repeat from. Sorry, will you repeat that one?
¿Podría decírtelo en español? Creo que perdón, ¿está bien? Dice, sí, que tu papel de Laureline vemos una mujer fuerte. ¿No se escucha?
We're having some technical difficulties. Give me a second. Oh. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm back in the movie again. Yeah, come on.
Daniela Flores de la revista Fernanda. En tu papel vimos a Laureline, una mujer muy fuerte, muy aguerrida, que lucha por lo que cree y por lo que siente. ¿Desde dónde crees tú que las mujeres debemos defender lo que pensamos? ¿Desde la resistencia, desde la compasión, como en tu caso en el papel, o ambos?
So when I was talking about Laureline before, when I was talking about Laureline before, just again her compassion, her heart, how hard she works, how much she believes in the job that she's doing, but how her heart overrides everything. Laureline's strongest weapon is actually her voice, and I think that is a message that all women need to realize, because I think for women a lot it's hard to say things that you need and that you want, because we like to do things for other people so much. We're nurturers, we're the creators of life. But women's strongest weapons are our voices, and the more we use that, especially in the movie, you see Laureline, the greatest thing she does is when she actually, talks, when she persuades Valerian to make a different decision, or I think that's the most important message about that. Again, I think it's a good message for the world. It's not about fighting with violence, it's about talking, it's about communication, it's about being honest with each other, getting over differences like that instead of kind of going straight to violence.
Hi, Alex Mendoza from Cineastas. Dane, I have to tell you something. When I first watched you on the screen performing Valerian, I was shocked because I love your performance. It was really honest, and now you are one of my favorite sci-fi icons. Thank you so much. Now I want to tell you. Look, your dream came true after a lot of years. You have an amazing universe in your hands. One of the things that I love the most was the relationship between Valerian and Laureline, because the relationship isn't perfect. It's true, but they have mixed feelings. For you three, how was the process of making this relationship while you were filming?
So sweet, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, man.
We're in shock.
I know, but we're all like,
Thank you so much.
can we hug you?
I love that movie so much.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, you know, Cara's just the most fun person to be around ever. So she would come on the set every day, and I would just light up. And you know, I had such a great time working with her, developing the relationship. You know, it was there on the page, and Cara was just a really fun person to be around and hang out with. So much of this movie for me was about reminding myself about when I was younger, and I played dress up and I played pretend, and how fun it was. You know, this was work, but it was also joyful, and it was about going to work and remembering that joy and rediscovering that and reminding myself why I wanted to do this in the first place.
Dane's such an amazing, easy person to work with. We really just had the best time. I mean, obviously the characters and their relationship, you know, it's hard to force those kind of things. I mean, luckily I've never had to do a movie where I've had to force chemistry with someone. We just got on so well straight away. We're both very different, but we also had that kind of, we teased each other. And as well, we're both doing a Luc Besson film, so I think every day we're both in it together going, wait, is this really happening? Dane, is this really going on? Like, it was just the nicest experience to have and share with a friend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome to Mexico. This is my question is for Dane. You did Chronicle, you did The Amazing Spider-Man, both movies with special effects, but this film, especially in the big market sequences, is totally different and bigger and amazing. How was the read on the script? How was the like as an actor, did you imagine that world? And
Yeah, well, I think my imagination only goes so far. You know, I think Luc Besson's goes so much further. So when I first read the script, it was overwhelming, all the visuals and stuff. You know, it was dense in a way because it was explaining all the worlds and all the aliens and all this and all of that. And I was really blown away by the script, how amazing it was. But the worlds, I couldn't fully realize myself. And I really relied on Luc for that, to show me images, to talk me through it, to let me know everything was going on. I think he probably had to explain the big market sequence about 20 times to me, and I still didn't fully understand it. But then watching the movie and see it come to life, and see him bring it to life in a way that you just kind of get it, even though you're bouncing through dimensions and dimensions and dimensions. It's really unbelievable what he's done, you know? And to see technology catch up to Luc Besson's imagination, I think is one of the most exciting parts of this film. So it was the blue screen and all that. You know, this movie has 100 times more special effects than any movie I've ever done, including Spider-Man. So that was a challenge within itself, but then to go and watch it and see how Luc brought it to life, it was just mind-blowing.
Hey you guys, I'm Michelle from Estilo DF. My question is for Cara. Which one was your favorite outfit, and what do you think about the fashion in the film?
Why is this pointed to me as a woman? Eh? I'm joking. It's very hard for me to pick. Actually, I mean, one of the things I've always, and that I know Luc, I mean, I started watching his films when I was a kid. I think it was either The Professional or Fifth Element that I saw first. But he has, I'm not gonna lie, hands down, probably better style than me all day. Just the way his taste, the way he sees aesthetics, it's like, it's through different eyes. Luckily I have people to help me with my style. But in this movie, you know, every single thing, from the style to the props, to the aliens, the outfits, was Luc. So literally through and through, you can thank him for the style of the film, of course. But their favorite outfit, I just don't know. I think practically, probably the first one, because it was this incredible, you couldn't really notice or appreciate the detail as much, but it was this amazing like backwards arm cardigan, which I'd never seen before, which was amazing. But obviously to wear the spacesuit was definitely the coolest thing, like Dane said before, to be able to put on a spacesuit and literally look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I'm badass. That was the best part, for sure. And it was comfortable. You could sleep in it, roll around, like things. It's great.
Good morning. My name is Valerian.
Woohoo!
Yeah. You're welcome. Well, my question is about the pearls. And for the person,
for them, for the movie, and when did you decide to change your physical appearance compared to the comics? Because I read them and they look reddish, and here they're really different. So.
The first question was about the pearls?
Yeah, about the language. How did you create it?
The language. I don't know, I invented
Did you...
I just try. You try to find consonants who fit with the appearance. In fact, they are very the best people in the universe. They don't know angriness, they don't know power or fear, and I want them to sound like they are. So usually you take pieces of words that you put in this, and then you try to find out, and then it comes. I don't know, if it doesn't fit, then I change. So Melina was very nice, sounds natural for me. And then the color of her hair in the film, that's the question?
No, the pearl in the comics, they were red, but here they are really different.
They were very, in the comic they're almost tribe people, and they look a little too much human to me. So we went through different directions. One of the direction was the sea, and then we tried to base everything on the sea. So they taking the pearls, they're living in shells, and even their skin is like porcelain. And when you touch them, it's like an octopus. You know, you touch and then it changes appearance and colors. So the emotion, they don't need to talk so much. When you like someone, you just do like this, and the color is not the same on your head. So it's just a different way of expressing yourself through your sensitivity. In fact, we can see on your skin what you think. That was the model.
Thank you.
Which happens to us a little bit when you became very red, for example. Someone make a compliment and you became very red. That's the only moment where, or if you're scared, you become livid. But that's all we can do.
De este lado, soy Ulises Castañeda del periódico La Crónica y mi pregunta es para Luc Besson. Me gustaría, bueno, este es tu filme técnicamente más sofisticado y me gustaría saber, con esta experiencia que has pasado, ¿cuál es la expectativa que tienes sobre el cine y la relación con las nuevas tecnologías que hay en la actualidad, ahora que incluso hay otras propuestas como de realidad virtual y pues no se diga las cosas digitales?
The technology for me is a tool. You know, one day we start films, it was in black and white, there's no sound. And then one day you have a new tool, which is the sound. And then after we have the color, and then the stereo. So we're lucky every time we have new tools. James Cameron with Avatar creates numbers of tools that we can use now for special effects. So I was very lucky to be able to use them, to use these tools. But I'm not a technology person at all. Matter of fact, I don't have a computer. Yeah, you see, every time they think it's a joke. No, I don't have one, I'm sorry. I'm writing my script by hand, and I do drawings. That's it. My assistant has a computer. But so I don't want the technology to bother my head. I want to stay on the storytelling and the ideas. But I'm glad we have new tools all the time. The VR, it's different. The problem we have in VR now is we try to adapt stories, movie stories, for example, to VR, and I think it's a big mistake. The VR is different, and we have to find a different way of talking through VR. If you're writing a script or if you're writing a song, it's not the same writing. So VR has to find his own writing. And for now, people just like jump on it and write like they write for anything else. But it's not possible. VR has to find its own way, so it's not today. It's maybe tomorrow, but not today.
Hello, I'm Nayeli from Cinepolis Click. Welcome to Mexico. And well, the first is for Luc. The visual effects are really amazing, impressive. How did you manage to put it all together? And for Dane and Cara, can you describe Valerian in 3 words?
So you need to have a supervisor for special effect. Very good. And we start like 3 years ago, and we divide. We give a piece of the film to ILM, who did Star Wars, and Weta, who did Avatar. So basically the 2 best in the world. And it's an everyday work, in fact. Every day you go, you meet these people, you have drawings, you change little things, you talk about one special effect, it's not in numbers of seconds, but in numbers of frames. So you have a shot of 72 frames. And you discuss everything over and over. You go to one special effect, you go 7 pass on it. 7 pass until you are at the final one. So it's just the work of an art. It's very meticulous, very everyday, and which is the exact opposite of the shooting. The shooting is about the energy that we have, the 3 of us together, and how we go left or right, or it's surfing. It's watching the wave. We take this one. No, not this one. Yes, okay, we go boom, and then we take it. That's the shooting. The special effect is being on the beach and counting the grain of sand one by one. 2001, 2002. That's the difference.
Three words. I'll go first. I was thinking about this when you were talking, so I've been there already. Epic, breathtaking roller coaster.
Wait, are we describing the movie or the character?
Well, obviously it wouldn't just be about you, would it?
I was thinking the character.
I know you were.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't give him that.
Confident, fearless, romantic.
Yeah.